What's up mod squad, MOB back with another Division 2 video. In today's video we'll be going over my top 5 LMGs in the Division 2's title update 9. This list isn't just restricted to high ends, this top 5 will include high ends, named and exotic LMGs. This list is also just my opinion, based on my experience with the guns throughout my playtime in both PvP and PvE. You are more than welcome to leave your opinions in the comment section below and drop me your top 5 LMGs. Also, don't forget to show your support by smashing that like button as it helps the channel grow. With that said, let's get started with the LMG I have placed at the top of the list, that being the exotic Pestilence. This is a slow fire rate, high base damage exotic LMG. The Pestilence has a fire rate of 605 RPM, which would be even lower if it didn't have the plus 10% fire rate from the magazine. This weapon is much loved and at the same time very hated. I say much loved but hated because there are many that love the weapon's talent for PvE, but there are just as many who hate it in PvP, the talent being the plague of the outcasts. Hits a player debuff, dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds, this stacks up to 50 times. Whenever an enemy dies with the debuff, all stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. Getting this talent to proc is pretty easy, with the muzzle giving you plus 10% stability and the grip giving you plus 10% weapon handling, a stat that increases stability, accuracy and reload speed, so hitting your shots to get this buff is nowhere near difficult. Now the Plague of the Outcast is great for PvE because most enemies are very tanky, meaning building the stacks to 50 is very easy, and once you've killed one NPC, all that damage will transfer to the next, taking out multiple enemies. This also applies in PvP of course, but it's hated because players can die to it without even engaging with the Pestilence user. There is also no real counter for the Plague of the Outcast effect in PvP apart from bonus armor. It's fun killing people with it, but it's not fun dying by it. If you want the Pestilence LMG, you have to farm the Dark Zone, so good luck with that. Moving on to our second in the list, that being my favourite high-end LMG, the Infantry MG5. The Infantry MG5 has a great balance of base damage and RPM and is a total laser beam. It has little to no recoil and great accuracy. The MG5 comes with 800 rounds per minute and 50 rounds in a magazine as standard, but that can be raised to 85 or 100 with a large pouch attachment, giving you either 35 or 50 extra rounds if you use the gunner specialization. There are currently two models of MG5, but the Infantry is the better model to have because it allows you to have all attachments, whereas the other model doesn't. The MG5 is definitely a great gun for close to medium range fights and has been a pretty popular gun to use in PvP. Although it's popular in PvP, it also performs great in PvE and is definitely a weapon I'd recommend. You can get the MG5 by farming LMG targeted loot, and you can also craft it at the crafting station in the base of operations if you have the blueprint. Next in our top 5 is the exotic Bullet King LMG. The Bullet King is king for putting out the most sustained DPS of any gun in the game due to its exotic talent, Bullet Hell. This weapon never needs to reload. For every 100 bullets that hit an enemy, replenish some ammo to you and your allies' reserves. The Bullet King is also the exotic version of the Negev, so it comes with a pretty fast fire rate of 850 RPM, and because it's an exotic it comes with fixed attachments, the muzzle offering 5% crit chance, the mag giving you endless ammo, and finally the grip giving you plus 10% stability. This LMG is a popular choice when it comes to doing a raid, as you can run it with a max DPS build and have crazy amounts of endless damage. I haven't come across this weapon much in PvP, but know many people run it in PvE content. If you're looking to get the Bullet King, you have to have the Warlords of New York DLC and farm either of two missions, those being Wall Street or the Tombs. Up next we have the named tactical M249, the Black Friday. The Black Friday is a named high-end weapon that comes with a fixed talent, that talent being called Perfectly Unhinged, which grants plus 22% weapon damage at the cost of negative 25% stability and negative 25% accuracy, which is a crazy amount of damage added to its already high base damage of around 130k if you're running it with an all-out red build. The talent states in order to have that damage, you have to sacrifice stability and accuracy, but in my personal opinion, the weapon is still very easy to handle and is great for medium range combat. The There are also many ways in which you can build to improve the handling of this weapon, whether that's having weapon handling attributes on your gear pieces or using the attachments on your weapon to gain that handling back. Also, sitting in cover helps with the accuracy of the LMG. The Black Friday has a pretty slow fire rate of 550 RPM, but comes with 100 rounds standard, which can be bumped up to 135 or 150 with the help of the large pouch attachments, helping this weapon do great sustained damage. The Black Friday is surprisingly a very good weapon for PvP and is great for close to medium range combat. When it comes to PVE, I have been using this alongside my max DPS build and it shreds through heroic NPCs. Definitely an LMG I recommend for PvP and PvE. For a chance to get this weapon, I recommend farming the LMG targeted loot. Now we are on our 5th and final LMG of the list, that being the named version of the Negev, the Carnage. Not only has this LMG got an epic name, but it has a great talent to go along with it, that being Perfect Sadist. Deal plus 25% weapon damage to bleeding enemies. This is a great talent because skills like the Stinger Hive are majorly popular, the bleed status effect is widely used in both PvE and PvP, so this talent gets plenty of use. It is also a great gun to run with a status effect skill build if you choose to also do damage with your weapon. With the Carnage being a version of the Negev, this LMG has a fire rate of 850 RPM and has a standard magazine size of 100. This is another weapon that benefits well from the large pouch attachment, allowing the ammo count to be within the 135 to 150 range. The Carnage surprisingly has very little recoil for an LMG with such high fire rate. It handles very much like the MG5, but is a weapon better suited for medium to long range as it lacks the base damage for up close and personal fights. Hence why you should use it with a status effect skill build. If you want to get your hands on a Carnage, you're better off farming the LMG targeted loot. So Mod Squad, that was my top 5 best LMGs in TU9. Again, this list was based on my opinion, and I'm interested to see what your guys' opinions are in the comment section below. So as I said before, drop a comment and let me know what your top 5 LMGs would be and your all-time favourite LMG as well. I appreciate all you guys for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it in any way, don't forget to smash that like button as it really does help support the channel. If you're new around here, hit that sub button and join the Mod Squad for lots more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Enjoy the PvP highlights. Peace out, Mod Squad.